This video is for all of you people out there that are stressed out. If you're not sleeping very well, if you're having a hard time falling asleep, this exercise using drawing as a meditation will be helpful for you. So a long time ago, I realized that there were two exercises that I taught to my students on the path who are learning to try to draw things realistically. But what I noticed was that these two exercises actually had adults saying, "I feel so relaxed" when they leave my studio. And the kids that I work with would get really tired or sleepy while they were doing these exercises. So I started actually exploring, well, what does that mean? How would drawing be a part of a meditation? And what I learned was actually really interesting, because I had always used drawing as a way to sort of like get in the zone and calm myself down, or express things that I couldn't express in words. But what drawing actually does is it regulates your nervous system. So there are a couple ways that this works. One way that it works is that there's a type of therapy called EMDR where you're moving your eyes back and forth while you're telling the story of something bad that happened to you. And drawing kind of does the same thing, because when you're moving your pencil back and forth, your eyes have to follow it in order to control what your pencil is doing. And so that by itself does something that relaxes your nervous system. The way that I understand it is that our nervous systems have to be regulated. And when we're born, our nervous systems aren't regulated, which is why infants are up at all hours of the night, they sleep during the day, they eat at all different times of the day. And so infants have to regulate their nervous system. There's also the situation of adults getting their nervous systems not regulated. So if you're stuck in traffic, if you're stressed out about a health issue, if you're worried about finances, if something's going wrong in your family, your nervous system can get dysregulated. And so you need to do something that's going to get that nervous system back in line, and moving your eyes back and forth really gently is one of those things that you can do. So let's look at two exercises that you can do, and try these before bed. Try them when you're having a stressful day at work. You can just grab these materials. You don't really need anything special for it. You can just use Post-its and a pen. So whatever you have on hand at work or during your day, and try these at home. So let's look down at the hand camera. Okay, so this first exercise is really just going to be able to be used with a Post-it. You can see one that I've already used, and then I've got a couple of extra Post-its here, and I'll show you what I do. You can do this with a pencil, but you could do this with a highlighter, a Sharpie, a marker, whatever, even a stick in the dirt if you're able to go for a walk during your day. And basically all I'm going to do is I'm taking a pencil. This one is a 4B. I'll show you what it looks like with a harder pencil too. And I'm either going to shade all the way across the Post-it, and this will give you good practice in controlling your pencil too. But if you're using this exercise as a meditation, you don't even need to worry about that. You can have gaps or darker pressure, and it really doesn't matter. So that's what it looks like if I'm going all the way across. If I were to just do a half section, it would go a little bit faster, which might make you feel a little bit more anxious. But it's a little bit more of a smooth movement. So that's using my 4B. I'm going to switch to an F pencil because I want you to see what it looks like if you're using a harder pencil. The other thing that's going to be different is that the pencil will sound a little bit louder, and so that might be more relaxing for you, or maybe it's going to be more stressful for you. It's going to be a personal preference. So the idea is that you're not really having any particular goals with this exercise, except to just shade and fill in the Post-it. You could do something on a larger piece of paper. It doesn't have to be a Post-it note. It's just that that's something that's handy that people have around the office, that if you have a difficult meeting with a colleague or a boss, you can just grab that and do that really quickly at your desk without anybody noticing. And that's going to make your eyes move back and forth and soothe that nervous system of yours. So that's the first one. Okay, this next exercise, I have another video on this one. This one is called the blind contour. And the idea is that I am going to draw this donkey. I'm actually going to use a photograph that we're going to show here on the screen so that you guys can see me working from it at the same time. But I'm going to draw the donkey from this view. And what I'm going to do with this exercise is that I am not going to be looking at the paper. I am only going to be looking at the donkey. So when I'm drawing the mane of the donkey, my eyes are moving with my pencil. When I'm drawing the swoop of the back of the donkey, my eyes are moving along with my pencil at the very same speed. So this exercise is good in building hand-eye coordination, but it's also good at making you notice when you're paying attention to other things. Because what happens is, as I'm drawing this line, if I'm paying attention to the other things, my pencil might be here, but my eyes won't be here. So what I have to really do is slow my eyes down to really look at that curve and make that curve happen at the same time that my pencil is moving in my hand. And what that does is that kind of eliminates any extra outside thinking that you might be doing, so that you can really just focus on this one task at hand, which is the idea of meditation, where you're really just limiting your focus on the moment that is present and forgetting all of the other things in the past and the future that might be stressing you out. So I'm going to go ahead and start this, and you'll be able to see the parts that I'm drawing. I'm going to actually use this piece of paper to block my view of my paper. So hopefully this won't be in the camera view, but it should be blocking my view so that you guys can see me drawing, but I can't see me drawing. So I'm going to start with the mouth, and I'm working up on the nose. And really the point of this is not making a drawing that looks right or that looks perfect. It literally is like pin the tail on the donkey, where the pieces and parts might be in the wrong place. But that act of tying my hand together with my eyes and making them work in unison just relaxes me, because I can't really think about anything else, like my taxes or my plumbing or anything else that might be going wrong. Okay, so when I look down, oftentimes my drawing doesn't fit together. You can see this is the bottom of the mouth and this is the top of the mouth. The legs are much farther forward than the tail was at the back. But that doesn't really matter, that the pieces don't fit together. This drawing is not about the end result of the drawing, it's about the process. It's about, can you slow down? And really, I was doing this quite fast for you all because I wanted to make sure that you didn't get bored throughout the video. But if I were doing this as a meditation, I would slow it way down, and I would even pick a scene outside someplace in nature and draw the entire scene and spend maybe 40 minutes doing it. So that the idea is that you're just slowing down, you're seeing what's in front of you, you're not worried about anything else, you're not thinking about the past, you're not worried about the future, you're just in the present moment observing what's there in front of you. And so this can actually make you feel really calm and centered and grounded. And so if you have the time to do either one of these exercises, I would highly recommend it. And it will make you a better artist and drawer as well, but that's really not the point. So don't stress yourself out. We can all be up in the wee hours of the night for whatever reason that's worrying us. Just do these processes so that you can relax.